Hi everyone, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. I've been thinking about starting this channel for ages, and I'm finally taking the plunge. Today, I'll share my personal experience of applying for a South Korea tourist visa as a freelancer slash independent contractor slash independent consultant. This video is packed with helpful tips from the documents I submitted to how I filled out my application form, how I explained myself being self-employed, and more. I'll also talk about how my travel history, finances, and a very detailed cover letter played key roles in my successful application. So if you're planning your dream trip to South Korea, stick around and let's dive right in. When applying for a South Korea tourist visa, the documents you submit are critical. Here's what I prepared and submitted. This is in order. So first is an application form. I completely filled it out, printed on A4 with a passport-sized photo properly pasted or glued in the photo box. For the photo, I think they want it to be like 6 months recent, and I did it at a photo studio who do like those who do 2x2, 1x1, and also there's a specific, size for it. Just tell them that you want to get a Korean visa, and they know how to accommodate you with that. Don't forget to sign your application form with a wet signature in black ink in the last page. So for this, I also typed it instead of writing it, and it's all in block letters or capital letters. 2, original passport valid for at least 6 months. So if you're applying on February, you should have a valid passport that's at least until August or September of this year. Photocopy of passport bio page, which is your page 2 of your passport, the one that has your name and your signature. 4, photocopy of BIR certificate of registration. So I already filed my taxes for 2 years. Actually, I followed some detailed instructions from GA Consulting. I'll just put it down below, and I also joined their Facebook group, which also helped me a lot in filing my taxes. So also, I applied, or like my filing is for professional, and the ITR that I'm submitting is, instead of 2316 for employed, it's already ITR 1701. 5th is certificate of compensation from my agency or from your client. You can ask your client for it and make sure that they include your salary, your position, the date you were hired, their phone number, and their address. It's okay if it's not based in the Philippines. I'll explain more later. So, original personal bank certificate from your bank. Payroll is okay. It should include your name, account number, account type, your current balance, your account opening date, and 6-month average daily balance, or your ADB. Also, digital banks are okay, but for me, in my own opinion, I think it's really better to have a traditional bank rather than the digital bank. And then bank statement from your bank for the last 3 months. So it should be going in and out, and it should not be a one-time big time fund. It will really be suspicious for the consul. 8th is a photocopy of your ITR, your income tax return. So I filed it already online with EBIR since I registered. So I don't as far as I know, like if you submit it online, all you have to do is attach the email confirmation that you have filed it instead of going to your RDO and have them stamp it. But actually, this would depend on your RD. 9th is cover letter. I have a very detailed cover letter, which I will be explaining later. Lastly, double check everything, print it in A4, and you arrange the documents in order. So what I said earlier, it's already in order. And the bank statement and bank certificate, the template with the bank that I transact with is short, but it's okay. Also, the ITR and my COR, but my ITR it has like long stuff, like I had to print it legal, because if I print it on E4, it won't fit, which is still okay. What's important is that the other requirements, like your letter, application form, photocopy, those should be in A4. So for the employment details section, I listed myself as self-employed since I work independently. Here's what I included. First, I put my name, my own full name as the employer. I put my own address, that one that's registered in my CO, as the office address, and employer phone number as I put there my phone number, personal phone number. And I put also my position. So let's say specifically you are an accountant on that firm, you can put their accountant. So this setup aligns with my BIR, COR, and ITR, which were submitted. Next is one key document that I think has strengthened my application was my income tax return. So filing your ITR as a professional freelancer not only proves financial stability but also serves as a clear evidence of your ties to your home country. So if you haven't already, make sure you're registered with the BIR as a professional and consistently file your taxes. So the taxes are filed for self-employed quarterly instead of like monthly for some. It's not just for compliance, but it can make a huge difference. I know that some people got approved without an ITR. Yes, you can get approved if you put a cover letter for it, but I've also seen others who were approved and the next time they applied again, they're already denied. So second and third time, they got denied already. So next would be another factor is my travel history. Before this application, I had already visited 6 countries. So Taiwan, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. And also I went to South Korea last 2018, but I was a student. So then this showed the consulate that I have a history of traveling abroad and returning home on time. So if you have traveled internationally before, you need to put it down on the application form. But take note, it's only within the last 5 years. So the 2018 South Korea trip no longer has any bearing. So show the strongest proof that you're not a flight risk. And then next would be my financial stability. I won't say the exact amount that I have in my bank, but my bank certificate and bank statements showed a good amount of savings and a healthy DB. So it exceeded the rule of thumb of 10,000 per day. So let's say if you declared 5 days and you should have at least more than 50,000 in your bank. It should have more room actually for emergencies and stuff like that. So for South Korea, financial stability is critical. So make sure your bank documents reflect that if you're gonna be traveling the next, let's say this June or July, start saving now and start putting your money on your bank and in and out until you save your target amount. Because if you only like let's say put the month before you're applying, it's really such a red flag. So for me, if you can save at least 6 digits, just do it. If not, then it's okay. Just make sure follow the rule of thumb and more than that. Because I actually have seen people who were approved with less balance and people who got denied with huge balance in their account. So next is a detailed cover letter, which is one of the things that helped me with my application. And here's what I included in the cover letter. First, I explained the reason for traveling, and the main reason was to attend NCT Dreams, the Dream Show 3 finale, which I mentioned specifically. I really put it there in bold letters. And then I also explained my work setup. So I explained that I don't need a mayor's permit and a DD. And also, I put in there an overview of my itinerary. I briefly outlined my plans per day. First day, NCT Dream concert. The next day, I'll go to Myeongdong, blah, blah, blah. I just put there in a table. Like, that's what I'm gonna do on this day. And then, for me, it's a chance to be able to explain yourself, what you're gonna do there, and that you will really comply with the rules and regulations of their country. So before I wrap up, I want to add a quick disclaimer that what worked for me might not work for everyone. Every visa application is unique, every travel profile is unique. So it all depends on the consul. It's all consul's discretion and your personal circumstances. I also want to add that I did not apply through an agency. I submitted my documents directly to the embassy here in Cebu. And even though Manila has a different office, I believe the requirements are the same. So this might also help you guys. And also I want to add that Cebu embassy here does not accept applications from Luzon or Mindanao. They only accept from Visayas region only. And yeah, that's it from my documents to my travel history, financial stability, and cover letter. I've shared everything that helped me successfully apply for a South Korea tourist visa as a freelancer. If you're preparing your own application, I hope you found this video helpful. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with anyone else who might need it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions regarding my application or suggestions for future video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Safe travels and enjoy your trip to South Korea.